and they know when someone likes them, someone doesn't. Honestly, they are black belts at that.
Did you love Arsenal?
The talkSPORT Clips of the Week.
Yes, it's Clips of the Week time, and Andy, I'll kick us off this afternoon with Goffey, who, as a Yorkshire lad, is still getting used to some of the place names in that London.
Anyway, it's embarrassing enough to finish bottom of a fantasy league with all your mates in it, but it was especially bad for Chris Talbot from Greenwich, South London.
Greenwich in South London. They're not here today, of course, but Tim and Adrian will be back technically at 3 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time on Monday.
This is Carlton Cole now, discussing Leeds' Patrick Bamford.
He's started to come into his own, and now you're going to see a great striker. Everything he's learned on his travels, he's going to bring it back into. And Marco Beasler is going to be helping him on the way.
Good old Marco Beasler.
I couldn't work out who that was till you told me.
Yeah, I think it's the Leeds manager, Marcelo Bielsa. But I quite like Marco Beasler. He sounds like quite a cheap signing. But he sounds like a sort of defender who'd cost about $8 million from a...
Something like that, anyway.
Czech club. Anyway, here's Ali McCoist with news of a new team from the Wirral.
Test pilot events over the last month due to a spike in the coronavirus cases. Tranmere chairman, Tranmere Rovers chairman even.
Oh, the old Tranmere Ravers.
Yeah, they play in Ibiza. They're tremendous.
I'm sure they do. Ali there with the old Tranmere Ravers.
And we were a bit shocked to hear Ben Fletcher start his bulletin with this surprise sports news.
Perilous turning point in war against COVID. Plans to let fans back in grounds on ice.
That's very...
It's quite dangerous. It's dangerous enough as it is, anyway.
You can see people slipping as they go in and take their seats, can't they? I mean, I thought it was supposed to be... Anyway, maybe that's not what he meant.
The idea there.
And we reckon our cricket correspondent John Norman should be complaining to management because Max Rushton, he just never gives him a minute's peace.
It's the Bob Willis Trophy final today. The weather is not too great in London, but we'll cross to John Norman at Lloyd's.
Yeah, apparently he's cashing a cheque.
He can't even go to the bank.
Amazing, isn't it?
Can't even go to the bank without Max calling him up.
This was Keith Arthur, sitting in for Nigel Botherway on Fisherman's Blues, who, when the callers dry up, just asks and answers his own questions.
Now, shall I tell you about the Winter League at Donington? No, because I've got a bit more news.
Okay, fair enough.
I had a ventriloquist dummy with him. I was trying
Get back in the cleat net. I don't want to go in the cleat net. It'll be a fish, wouldn't it? Gut and release. Simon Jordan now, chatting about football's lawmakers.
If you look at IFAB and you look at the makeup of IFAB and you look at the people that are on that particular construct, you've got people like Louis Figo.
Who's Louis Figo? Is he any relation to Marco Beasler? He has got a dog called Fido, though, Simon, so that would explain it, really, wouldn't it? It's you, isn't it?
It is, and it's Jim White, who was chatting about City's new signing, but we didn't quite catch the player's name.
Nor did I, no.
We've been talking about Manchester City. We've been talking about this boy, Ruben Diaz. You heard him there, Toby Gillis, telling us that Ruben Diaz is on the way. He'll sign from Benfica. So what are they getting in Ruben Diaz? His teammate in the Portuguese squad, Jose Font, now of Lille, of course, gave us a rundown on Ruben Diaz a short time ago.
Oh, Ruben Diaz.
I'll tell you what they're getting. They're getting a bloke called Ruben Diaz.
They're certainly getting a bloke called Ruben Diaz.
No question.
Without any shadow of a doubt.
True.
Back to Goffey, giving us a little quirky news story.
Sherbet the flamingo is an interactive pink bird that has a wobbly neck and comes with its own toilet in which it defecates.
It defecates in its own toilet. It's fantastic,
It's good, isn't it?
Yes, marvellous.
And here's Ali McCoist. This exciting news again, revealing the breakfast show's new sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
You have to tune in tomorrow for your chance to play Cash or Car. That's all thanks to Arnold Carnold.
Arnold Carnold.
Arnold Carnold.
Oh, I used to love Arnold Carnold. They're a great company. I remember I knew his brother, Hamish Carnold. But Arnold was the one who drew the short straw with his first name being so similar to his surname. This is Mark Saggers now with another of his trademark epic big match openers.
I've watched the derby and the championship between these two sides, and they were at it. Face to face, chin to chin, foot to foot, feet to feet.
Nose to nose, back to back, arm to... It sounds like a poem, isn't it? It's a beautiful thing.
Of course, when it comes to SAG's epic openers, nothing ever will top this memorable night at Anfield.
when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be Mickey Quinn and Jem Proudfoot on Sky, on talkSPORT tonight.
Such a shame. Just right at the end. Just right at the end.
One of my favourite clips.
Here's Gabby Agbonlahor chatting to a West Brom fan.
Play like you did today. You will beat teams and beat teams well, but the only worry for me is you need another striker. Like Callum Robinson has been a fresher breath air for you.
Fresher breath air.
He was last week against Chelsea.
He certainly was a fresher breath air. So, what's next then?
It's Keith Arthur telling us about a new species of fish that he's unearthed.
And this one is actually called a pudding wife. Spelt exactly like that. Pudding, as in something you eat after you've eaten your main course, and wife, as in someone that sleeps next to you.
It could have gone elsewhere first to describe a wife, didn't he, really?
Yeah, somebody married.
Taking us to the boudoir. Back to Jim White, talking West Ham with a long-standing fan.
In his day, those were the kind of score lines you would see when your former big pal Bobby Moore was turning out for the club, right?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, thanks. Not giving him much there, Tell, are you really?
Not really.
Meet him halfway, Terry. Goodness sake.
And this is newsreader Fern Borsch.
Yeah.
Great name, with some football news.
Yeah.
Spurs were 7-2 winners against Maccabi Haifa, with Harry Kane scoring a hat-trick for Jose Mourinho's side. Rangers beat Galatasaray 2-1 at the Ibrox.
Galatasaray. Yeah.
And Maccabi Haifa.
Yeah. Fantastic. Anyway, and finally, you're probably thinking, no Alan Brazil this week. Well, we don't know where he does his shopping, but we do know where he doesn't do it.
So let's take a look at today's back pages with Tesco Mobile. Tesco.
Yeah, he probably doesn't. Tesco or Tescal. He probably
every little doesn't appear to help much.
It certainly doesn't. Anyway, got to have a bit of Alan. It wouldn't be right otherwise. So there we are. There are your clips of the week. And do I have some thank yous? So the producer's not brought them in. He's going to. We haven't got any thank yous.
No thank yous.
Poor people that have sent in clips. We'll sort that out for you.
Oh yeah, before we go,
we'll make sure we get you some thank yous.
That's the only incentive they've got.
There's no cash in it.
There's no cash.
It's just a mention
on
national
the glory,
radio.
Isn't it, really?
This is normally at the point where I say, if you send a clip in for next week, just all we need is a day and a time from you, of course, when you heard the clip, you'll get a credit. But you probably won't today. But we'll put that right. In some shape or form, we'll put that right. So we now have the thank yous. A few of them are quite dubious anyway, but you'll know who you are even if nobody else does. Thank you for the clip suggestions this week. Dave Clark, Marco Berti, Phil Barwise, Mount Rushton. Who could that possibly be? James Patterson, Ruthless Gordon, Bob from Arbroath, Roger in Durham, Sam Sung, probably made up. The Mayor of Winchester, again, probably made up. And Stu. So, as we said...
I bet he's not enough in, mate.
Dear me.